We are the group Satoru.
And we are about to discuss the case study 1 by Miss Janine Ostonal,
the correct interpretation of means,
the case study 2 by Miss Latosa,
the Dow Jones Industrial Average,
and the case study 3 by Robelyn and Guinto,
home and condo units.
and finally, the definition of data visualization.
Good day everyone! My name is Juliana Guzman. I am from BSBA MM31 Group Satoru. And today I am going to discuss to you what data visualization is. So what is data visualization? Data visualization is the process of translating large data sets and metrics into charts, graphs, and other visuals. And the resulting visual representation of data makes it easier to identify and share real-time trends, outliers, and new insights about the information represented in the data. As the amount of big data increases, more people are using data visualization tools to access insights on their computers and on their mobile devices. And dashboards are used by business people, data analysts, and data scientists to make data-driven business decisions. And not just on business, but data visualization could also help when it comes to politics, marketing, sales, product tracking, and even in law enforcement, since data visualization helps to easily identify problems in such a specific area. And also in geographic information systems, since data visualization can provide many useful visualization tools for quickly plotting data by map. That is why data visualization has an important aspect when it comes to decision-making process.
Good day everyone, my name is Janine Ostonal of Group Satoru from BSBA MM31 and I'm about to report the case study 1 which is the correct interpretation of means. So please let me read the case study 1. Each value is an average of the number of 6 packs of beer purchased per customer during a month. For the individual brands, the value is the average only for the customers who purchase at least 1 6-pack of that brand. For example, the value for Miller is the average number of 6 packs purchased of all these brands for customers who purchase at least 1 6-packs of Miller. In contrast, the any average is the average number of 6 packs purchased of these brands for all customers in the population. Is there a paradox in these averages? On first glance, it might appear unusual or even impossible that the any average is less than each brand average. So, make up your own small dataset where you list a number of customers along with the number of 6 packs of each brand of each beer customers purchased and calculate the averages for your data that correspond to those in figure 2.44 that I will show you later. So later on, we're going to answer the following questions in the case, which are, the first one is, do you get the same result that the any average is lower than all the others? Second one is, are you guaranteed to get this result? The third one is, does it depend on the amount of brand loyalty in your population, where brand loyalty is greater when customers tend to stick to the same brand rather than buying multiple brands? And it is said here that write up your result in a concise report. So we are tasked to do a small data set where we list a number of customers along with the number of 6 packs of each brand of beer each customers purchase, and then calculate the averages of our data that correspond to those in figure 2.44. So first, we will enter the data set in the worksheet of Excel for each brand. So yun, maglalagay tayo ng data set para sa individual brands na presented sa figure 2.44. pagkatapos nun, we take the average of the individual dataset of each brand by the formula average, and then eventually calculate the average of other beer brands, and that's it. So after we complete the table or the worksheet in the Excel, we're going to answer the previous questions in the case. So the first question is, do you get the same result that the any average is lower than all of the others? So the answer there is no. There is no guarantee na we will be able to get the same result as being given for any and others in the referred figure for average beer purchases. For question number 2, does it depend on the amount of brand loyalty in your population? Where brand loyalty is greater when customers tend to stick to the same brand rather than buying multiple brands. So the answer here is yes, it depends upon the amount of brand loyalty. For the third question, are you guaranteed to get this result? So the result may vary according to the sampled considered. So since we are the one who give the sample, it depends upon the data set that we have given. So that's all. And I hope you learned something from my report. And again, my name is Janine Cabrera Ostonal of Group Satoru from BSBA MM31, and this is the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you. So basically in that report that has been discussed by Ms. Janine Ostonal, we can see an intent change in the average result if we change the figure itself. There could be it could be a huge, small, or either no change at all. But if we want an accurate information, we need factual data to present it accurately. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Latosa and I'm here to discuss with you the case number 2 entitled the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is also known in the names such as Industrial Average, the Dow Jones, the Dow 30, and simply the Dow, is an index of 13 large publicly traded US stocks and is one of the most watched benchmark indices for monitoring stock market activities. The case 2 aims to determine the monthly behavior of the Dow's closing values, which refers to the sum of the component prices divided by a divisor, and changes when a component stock has either a stock split or a stock dividend, as well as the behavior of the associated monthly percentage changes in the closing values of the Dow. The file DGIA monthly close.xlsx contains monthly values of the Dow from 1950 to mid-2015. From this data, we have concluded in this time series graph shown in Figure 1. As can be seen in the graph, there is a consistent gradual increase from January 1950 to April 1986. However, due to a Black Monday, which refers to a large and unexpected stock market crash that occurred in 1987, a sudden shrinkage happened, resulting in a decrease of values. By September 1988, the values constantly magnified through October 2000, with exception to May 1998, and declined again in March 2003. In August 2005, the values recovered and exhibited an immense growth until January 2008, but sprained in June 2010. After the values depreciate in 2010, it consistently advanced and enormously swung at its peak in April 2015. Meanwhile, the associated monthly percentage changes in the closing values of the Dow, as shown in the Figure 2, majority of the percentage changes oscillate around zero. From January 1950 to October 1971, there is a constant fluctuation of values in zero, and in March 1974, the percentage changes decreased, yet recovered again in August 1976. The percentage changes encountered a major downfall in 1987 because of the largest stock market crash, leading in negative percentage rate. Similarly, a negative shift in percentage changes occurred in May 1998, March 2003, and June 2010, which produced loss to the Dow. As given in the summary measures, the mean and median are close to 0, making it slightly positive about 0.66% and 0.85%. Also, the first quartile shows that 25% of the percentage changes is lower than negative 1.62%. And lastly, the third quartile shows that 75% have been greater than 3.23%. So that is all for my report. The next case will be discussed by Ms. Robelyn and Guinto after a short trivia. Thank you.
Thank you. So in that case that has been reported and discussed by Ms. Divine Latosa from 1950 January to 1986 April, there is a steady upward trend. However, owing to the 1987 Black Monday stock market crash, a major and unexpected stock market fall, a quick contraction occurred, resulting in the considerable reduction in prices. The values rebounded in August 2005 and continued to rise until January 2008, when they were halted in June 2010. After depreciating in 2010, the value of dollar soared to its highest point in April 2015.
Good day everyone, my name is Robelyn Guinto from BSBA MM31 Group Satoru. So let's proceed to case number 3 entitled Home and Condo Units. So in this case, it contains home prices and seasonally adjusted version of each indexes. So as we can see in the illustration, it is plotted there the different states in the US, the month and the year, which it includes the prices of the indexes, and we can see the pattern there, which shows how those prices move within or through the time. So first, let's define what is a trend. A trend is an upward or downward shift in a given set of data. So I've used a line graph to determine or to analyze the trend, the possible trend, if there's a trend in our case. So as you can see, I've also added another image there, which is an illustration of home price index from 22 states in the US from January 1987 to November 2009. There is an illustration there that I break down the data into two variables, which is Los Angeles and Phoenix. So it's plotted, it is plotted there, the dates and then the prices together with the states. So as we can see it clearer than the first graph that I've shown you. So we therefore conclude that there is a trend over time, for there is a presence of the upward and downward shifts in the given data. So question number 2, are there differences across cities? Yes, there are differences across cities in terms of prices, and it varies in the date, the month and the year, especially in November 1999, where there is a point where almost all the states are in the same price in terms of the home price index. Such as seasonality. So seasonality is a characteristic of a time series that the data experiences regular and predictable changes that recur every calendar year. So any predictable fluctuation or pattern that recurs or repeat over one calendar period is said to be seasonal. So there is a cyclical effect that can be observed. So let's proceed to question number 4. Does condo prices mirror home prices? So I have included there two illustration or graphs which I've derived a state, and I've shown the condo and the home price index of Los Angeles. So as we can observe, we can clearly see that it has a different pattern. The home price index of Los Angeles started from January 1987 having 59.33 and ending up having 169.72 in November 2009. So, the Conda Index of Los Angeles started 1995 in January, having 77.002 and ending up in November 2009 with 191.454. So as we follow the pattern, we can conclude that home and condo price index doesn't mirror each other. So, question number 5. Why are seasonally adjusted indexes or SA are published? So, the primary purpose is to remove the effects of seasonality in price information and to achieve a clear picture of price movements without anomalies. Another is it also helped to remove systematic calendar-related variation associated with the time of the year that is also seasonal effects. So, that's it for my report, case number 3, and thank you for listening.
We therefore conclude that data visualization is a simple and efficient approach to convey information for a broad audience using visual data. The practice can also assist businesses in determining which factors influence customers' behavior and identifying ideas or areas that need to be improved or given more attention, making data more memorable for stakeholders, determining when and where the specific products should be placed, and forecasting sales volumes. So basically, in cases number 1, 2, and 3, data visualization is very important, in which we can recognize on how the data or how graphs played an important role in making decisions. It is how you make or how you acknowledge or put an actual or accurate information to give your customer or your audience itself. So in this report of us, we are showing you, or you can see that data played a good role in which you can visualize on how it go with the cases that we have presented to you. So that would be all. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. We hope you learned something. And once again, we are the group Satoru. Bye-bye.